Hey guitar enthusiast, Lauren Bateman here. In this lesson video, we're going to do a song by Adele called Rollin' in the Deep. So let's get into it. Now, if you'll notice, the first thing I want to mention is that I have a capo on the 3rd fret of my guitar. So if you have a capo, this is going to help us eliminate a lot of the bar chords in this song. So grab a capo, put it on the 3rd fret, and let's talk about how we're going to start with this song. So if you need to get the chord chart for this song, go to my website, laurenbateman.com. I have a bunch of songs on there. You can grab the chord chart, print it out, and then come back here for the lesson. Now, for the verse part of this song, let's talk about the chords we're going to be using. The chords are going to be A minor, F, and G. Now, if you notice from these chord diagrams, the F chord is a bar chord. And remember, you were like, Lauren, you were going to get rid of the bar chords with the capo. Well, I have a solution for this. In this song, because it's such a dark song, we're mostly going to be playing the top half of the chords. So what I would recommend is to play what we call an F power chord, okay? So it's basically the top half of an F bar chord. So you'll have your 1st finger, your 3rd finger, and your pinky. So that's all you're going to be doing. As opposed to playing the whole bar chord, we're just going to play that F power chord, and it'll work out great for this song. So that's an alternative if you can't play the entire bar chord. So now that we've talked about the chords we're going to use for verse, let's talk about the actual chord progression, which is going to be A minor twice, followed by an F chord, followed by a G chord. And then that's just going to keep repeating over and over and over again. A minor, F, G. A minor, F, G. So if we apply that strumming now to the actual chord progression, we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 so there's a fire burning in my heart, reaching a fever pitch, and it's bringing me out the dark. So there you go. And all we're going to do is keep repeating that over and over and over again until we get to the pre-chorus of our song, which we're going to talk about next. Hey everybody, real quick, if you're enjoying this video so far, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you can see when I release new videos just like this one. Let's get into the pre-chorus. So let's talk about the chords that we're going to use in the pre-chorus, which are going to be the chords F, G, and E. Those are the chords we're going to be using for this pre-chorus. And the pre-chorus has an 8-chord chord progression. So it's going to be F, G, F, G, F, G, F, E. So it's pretty repetitive. So that's a good thing. Now the strumming in general, we're just going to keep the same. So we're starting on the F. The skies of your love remind me of us. They keep me thinking that we almost had it all. The skies of your love, they leave me breathless. I can't help feeling we could have had it all. So that's where we're gonna jump into the chorus on the next part, but you can hear it's just all 8th note downward strumming. All right, so the next part of the chorus is where this all comes together and sounds really, really awesome. So let's talk about the chords we're going to use for the chorus. It's going to be A minor, C, F, and G. All right, so those are the 4 chords we're going to be using for the chorus, and that is actually the chord progression. The chord progression is A minor, C, F, G, A minor, C, F, G. So it's just 4 chords that we're going to repeat. And again, we're going to use the 8th note strumming, and I'm going to make a little point after this in the chorus, something we can do in the verses to kind of differentiate dynamically the verse from the chorus. But first, let's just go through this chorus, and then I'll tell you about that after this. So the strumming, again, is going to be the same 8th note strumming pattern. We're not doing anything different. Could you? Yes, you could totally spice things up on this chorus part, but for simplicity's sake, we're just going to keep it as 8th notes here in this song, or in this lesson. So we've got the A minor comes in on, we could have had it all, could have had all. So you probably noticed on the strumming, and this is just my hand going autopilot, I was accenting some of the rhythms here. So could have had it. So I'm on that one beat, I'm doing a little bit of an accent to give some rhythm to this section as opposed to just, no, we want to give a little bit like of a drive to that first beat. So it's going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Hear that? It's a little accent. 1. And also you'll hear too that I'm catching maybe an extra string or two on the chord because we're getting some lighter sounds coming in. So that's one thing you can do dynamically to make the chorus a little bit different from the verse. But I'm going to talk about something next that you can do to even make it that much greater. So something that I've been talking about in a lot of my recent videos is palm muting, where you actually don't let the chords ring through. It has more of this crunchy sound. And I think this works really great on the verses. So as opposed to just doing, it'll sound like this. Now remember, a lot of Adele songs are piano songs, so we have to adapt them for the guitar. So here it is. Got that? Now, if you don't know how to palm mute, I'll put a video up here to my palm muting video. You can go check that out and come back here. But all I'm doing is I'm just grabbing, again, just the top few strings. And I've got the palm of my hand resting just in front of the bridge of my guitar. So it gives it this really chunky sound. So now when we go from this, you know, this verse of, and you can keep that on the pre-chorus, because then when we get to could have had it all, now it really opens up the guitar for this big sound. Hey, if you guys are liking this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. It helps YouTube show more of my videos to viewers just like you. So let's wrap up the song. So the last verse of this song has like this clapping thing. I mean, it's not really like a clapping thing, but there's not a lot going on musically in terms of strumming and such. So what can we do for that last part? You know, again, you could go back to the palm muting. Or we can do like a rake, where I'm not actually making any sound with the guitar. And all this looks like is, if you were going to read like a strumming pattern, it just looks like an X. And you could do this. Throw yourself through every open door. So you can hear, I got the rhythm. So we have almost like a percussive drum beat, but I don't have the actual chord. And all I'm doing with my fretting hand is I'm just resting it on the strings so that they don't make any sound. And that's all it is. And I'm just doing eighth note strumming again. So after that final verse, we have somewhat of like a pre-chorus to the final chorus. And all we're doing is we're using the same chord progression, the A minor, C, F, G, and all we're doing is we're just strumming once on a 4 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're going to do that twice. So A minor again, C, we've got the F, and then on this, this final F, we're going to start building for eighth notes. So if I play through that part, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on. So we have that kind of drum beat that's going on. And then we've got her kind of, we could have had it all. Could have had it all. It all. And then we get to the part, it all, it all, it all. So that's kind of the build for that section. And you'll notice on the F chord, if you want to, this is if you're at this level, we can palm mute the F chord, and then open up the G chord. And I'm kind of doing, we call this a crescendo in music, so you're starting soft. And you're building, so it creates lots of dynamics, super cool dynamic stuff that you can do in this song. And then, like I said, to wrap it up, we're gonna go through the whole other chorus again, and we're gonna end on a beautiful G chord. I hope you guys enjoyed this video lesson. Make sure to give me a like, comment below if you found this helpful, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. YouTube's gonna pop up a couple more videos over here. Go check those out, and I hope to see you guys in another video lesson.